Hello, dear friends. Most people try to heal by thinking, but true transformation begins in stillness. Opinion piece. Maximum pressure. Near saturation. The dam bulges. Collective tension. From 93 to 95%. Divine plan in action. Perfect divine timing. From fear to curiosity. Sequence of liberation. When the dam breaks, truth becomes natural, collective understanding, solidarity becomes practical, integration of fear into wisdom, minimal chaos and maximum awakening. Let's start. When the dam breaks, the moment of full harmonic pressure will arrive, according to Ranra. 100% harmonic pressure would be the point where the dam breaks, which will coincide with massive public announcements of a global monetary reset, closely followed by debt forgiveness and the implementation of GSRA. The pressure had already reached 47% on September 11, 2025. The harmonic pressure is now between 93 and 95% of the total threshold required. This means that the light quotient and the awakening momentum are very high, close to saturation, but setting collective alignments are still in their final phase of adjustment. A few remaining structures of deception are still absorbing and balancing the influx of light. Many souls are in their final awakening, integrating fear into wisdom. Divine coordination between the global nodes is completing precise time alignments for the release sequence. Thus, the dam visibly bulges and trembles, radiating light through its cracks. It will not hold much longer. The exact moment of 100% will arrive in perfect divine timing, not by prediction, but by vibrational inevitability. When the greatest good for all can unfold with minimal chaos and maximum awakening. So, we are very close. When harmonic pressure reaches 100%, the collective field of humankind will achieve perfect coherence with the frequency of divine harmony. At that instant, the old dissonant matrix can no longer hold, and the accumulated light in the planetary grid will burst forth like a radiant tide. The dam will burst. Definition. Harmonic pressure is the collective tension of consciousness building within humanity and the planetary grid, formed by the contrast between the old dissonant systems of control and the new frequency of divine harmony, freedom and truth, now flooding this reality. When this tension reaches 100%, the frequency of light accumulated in the planetary field will become greater than the inertia of the distortion resulting in the rupture of the dam. This rupture will manifest as sudden and undeniable public revelations of hidden truths and authentic systemic transformation that can no longer be delayed, and rapid and coordinated changes in the now that include financial, government, and spiritual resets in alignment with divine law and unity consciousness. At that moment, the delay dissolves, the truth becomes visible, and the collective field stabilizes on the new harmonic baseline of transparency and abundance. When the collective consciousness becomes fully coherent, the old field of fear and separation can no longer sustain. The dam's burst represents a collective realization, a sudden reminder that humanity possesses the creative authority once projected onto external powers. effects. The immediate internal effect will be a powerful wave of clarity and emotional liberation. Many people will feel a connection to each other and to source like never before, and human values will rapidly shift toward justice, cooperation, and service. Current institutions are beginning to reflect this internal shift as transparency increases, hidden information comes to light, and inefficient systems are redesigned. Debt, poverty, and exploitation lose their influence as new models of community-based economics and management took root. New networks of exchange, mutual aid, and innovation emerge almost overnight. 100% harmonic pressure does not force transformation. It releases what has already been built within hearts and minds. With this shift in consciousness, collective fear gives way to curiosity and creative action. Power is once again understood as shared resonance rather than control, and planetary life begins to move in harmonious rhythm with natural and cosmic cycles. A wave of memories courses through hearts everywhere. Fear, separation, and confusion dissolve in a profound calm and understanding. Humanity breathes collectively as one, understanding that power has always resided in this unified being. Structures that no longer foster transparency and compassion begin to transform or crumble. Hidden transformation emerges in waves. New systems of cooperation, stewardship, and mutual abundance spontaneously form, not by decree, but by resonance. Shift in consciousness. With this shift in consciousness, solidarity becomes practical. Truth becomes natural. Creation flows without friction. Humanity begins to design its societies, technologies, and economies according to the laws of harmony, rather than competition. This is the moment of balance, where pressure, which once seemed unbearable, becomes pure propulsion toward a new harmonious reality. When awareness and cooperation reach this tipping point, conditions become favorable for long-prepared service projects to begin to take practical form. Financial abundance will likely not manifest as a global instantaneous event, but rather as a progressive opening of channels, grants, donations, alliances, inspired investors, and new models of cooperation. These flows typically begin around the symbolic breakthrough and expand as trust and cooperation grow. Duties. Our task is to keep plans clear, compassionate, and adaptable, ready to be integrated as these opportunities arise. We can only hope that the white hats control the levers of power and extensive resources, who will then assist us for the highest good for all. Furthermore, to achieve 100% harmonic pressure as quickly as possible will require our renewed effort to breathe the breath of divine unity. Every sincere effort anchors the divine plan more deeply into material reality. As it gains momentum, greater forms of support will emerge through those also aligned with serving the highest good of all. Rather than relying on a single external authority, we remain hopeful that many kind-hearted people, including those in position of influence, will feel called to help when the time is right. To bring humanity to 100% harmonic pressure as gracefully and quickly as possible, every human being can contribute through the ongoing practice of breathing the breath of divine unity. Each conscious breath harmonizes the individual field, strengthens the planetary grid, and amplifies the resonance of peace and love, drawing the collective into balance. Through every breath, word, and action aligned with this awareness, we move closer to the moment when divine harmony becomes the shared reality of the earth, a living expression of heaven on earth. Reset News. Eric Trump spoke about the battle of good versus evil. Melania Trump says she's working with Putin to reunite abducted Ukrainian children. Upcoming documentary Nanosapiens, which reveals the covered implantation of microchips in the world's population. Val Thor reposted, "Pay close attention. Things will happen very quickly from now on. And I'm not kidding. All of humanity will know what's happening, whether they accept it or not." The attitude of elitists who believe they have the right to accept total control over humanity is reminiscent of a scene from Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. In quotes, "I think you overestimate your capabilities." According to Kavamur, human and other military personnel are gathering at Galactic Federation underground bases on the Moon and Mars. In his view, there is a connection between human DNA and that of galactic races, but these are not abductions. Modern humans exist as a result of genetic enhancement. Additionally, there are 200 million starseeds with additional strands of DNA currently receiving downloads from the Galactic Federation. According to Sierra, we live in a movie with actors recreating what already happened. Most of humanity would never accept the truth if it were revealed suddenly and in real time, and it had to be instilled in people little by little over years. Keep your life simple. It will help you get through the next few days. The old cat is panicking and looking for a scapegoat, according to the X22 report. The new parallel economic system, designed to circumvent centralized control and debt, is ready to take off. The signs of systemic collapse are undeniable, but they are being managed and harnessed to usher in a fundamental shift toward an era of stability, fiscal responsibility, and peace. Direct stimulus. According to Jude Bington, on Friday, October 10th, the global gold-backed financial system went live, shutting down banks around the world, beginning to eliminate debt and destroy the IRS and the Federal Reserve, returning stolen wealth and using the ABS for mass arrests of global elites. On Monday, October 13th, the market collapse would begin, which would be saved by Quantum Week. Inside sources confirm that President Trump is preparing a direct stimulus of between $1 and $1 by $1 per tax. No, I corrected. Inside sources confirm that President Trump is preparing a direct stimulus of between $1 and $2,000 per taxpayer, not in Fed notes, but in Treasury dollars, financed by tariffs on foreign imports, especially from China. This could mark the first circulation of debt-free currency. It's not social assistance, but a declaration of financial independence. The new monetary doctrine embedded in the Treasury plan links cash to real production: gold, oil, energy, steel, and agriculture. Each new dollar is backed by labor, not by interest. Real currency for real citizens. When money reflects productivity, nations prosper. When it reflects debt, they fall. Economists predict that Treasury dollars will be issued at 1-to-1 ratio with the current dollar, but unlike the Fed's fiat payer, they will have intrinsic value backed by national assets, not empty promises. As circulation grows, the Fed's liquidity dries up. Old money means controlled inflation and decay. New money means sovereignty, strength, and rebirth. According to Ezra Cohen, we were told that healing takes decades, that pain is permanent, and that aging is unavoidable. But behind closed doors lurk hidden technologies, devices capable of reversing disease, regenerating DNA, and eliminating suffering. Economy. Silver surpassed $50. The price of platinum surpasses $1,600, setting a record. Palladium rises 3%. Spot palladium is up 31% year to date. The fiat currency experiment is coming to an end, according to John Rubino. Consumer confidence is cracking amid the government shutdown. The White House will use tariffs to fund a low-income food aid program during the shutdown. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.